We have, I'm gonna go ahead and just get this out of the way real quick before we get on to
Roll call.
some of our guests, yeah. Have roll call, Louis Hobbs. Here. Stephanie Beck,
Here.
Andrew Beard,
Here.
Melissa Radley,
Here.
Baron Wadley,
Here, sir.
Andy Mullins,
Here.
Dan Church,
Here.
Lonnie Chapman. Motion to accept and dispense reading of minutes. Can I have a motion, please?
Well, Mayor, I've got some problems with some of the minutes.
Yeah, I've been made aware of some problems with the minutes. The corrections didn't get corrected. First, can we have a motion on it?
For which ones? We had 3 sets.
Yeah, I got 2, is there 3?
There should be 3.
October, November, and December.
There was 2 in November.
I got the 16th, I got October 19th and November 16th.
November 19th, I handed to you with the corrections made, and we already passed those last meeting.
Okay.
Which one?
November 19th.
So that's been passed?
That's been passed and should have been signed.
Should have been signed. I'll check with Sharon.
November 19th, a special meeting for, it was, we didn't have it in our packet either, but I brought it to the city and handed it to the mayor. It had already been passed with corrections at the December meeting. It's in the minutes.
That's November 19th.
No, they haven't. That's what I'm saying. We didn't get November's minutes to even look over.
We didn't.
And they were supposed to be emailed to us the next day, and we're not. We didn't get them until we got our packet this time. But they're signed as passed.
October was already been.
November. The regular November meeting is the one I'm talking about. October was passed.
October was passed?
Yes.
We didn't have these last time.
Right.
So November hadn't been passed?
November, the regular meeting has not been passed. November 19th special meeting was passed. It was in the packet.
The 16th hadn't
The
been?
16th has not.
And the December
The December
21st?
21st has not. No, the 19th wasn't in the packet.
So the November 16th has not.
No, sir.
No, I got 2.
Need a motion to accept and dispense reading of the November 16th Alexander City Council meeting.
I made a motion.
Who made the motion?
Are you going to change the date as to when it was signed? Because the one in our packet signed already.
Yeah, I'm
Passed.
gonna go back and do this again, so.
Okay, motion by Stephanie, seconded by
I'll second.
Dan.
Now that was, is there corrections to be done on the November 16th?
Lewis's name in the first paragraph needs to be changed.
Oh, yes.
Was that motion to pass with the necessary corrections? I didn't hear it.
Well, that one wasn't for October minutes, that was for November.
Yeah, for November, so one motion.
Which one are you looking at?
This one,
November 16th, Lewis has a deal. Lewis,
I didn't, other than spelling, I didn't know.
There's a couple spaces on the second page.
Right,
Y'all looked them over?
yeah,
Okay,
yeah. This minor.
okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Before we go any further, I meant to do this earlier. We failed at the December meeting to set tonight's meeting date due to the holiday. So let's make that official tonight, so this meeting will be legal. I need a motion to change the January meeting date from the third Monday to the fourth Monday of January 25th.
Can we do it for February as well?
Yes, we'll do that.
I make a motion to change the January meeting come from the third Monday to the fourth Monday, and then the February to the following after the holiday.
Okay.
I'm second.
Okay. Motion by Andrea, second by Andrew. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Now we're official. October 19th, minutes, what was,
We're already past.
they're already passed.
We just didn't get a copy of them
You
signed.
just didn't get a copy of them signed.
Right.
I've got one signed here.
Of the 19th?
I'm sorry.
My son.
November the, special meeting from November, wasn't it November the 19th?
There's only two I have in my packet, so that's not.
This is what November the 19th looks like.
I don't know.
I don't even,
It wasn't put in the packet,
yeah, right.
but it should have been
Should have
signed
been,
already.
Already.
It's
Because
been
I
passed.
brought it, it's been passed.
Yeah.
okay.
That's what I was saying, I don't have a copy of it.
I'll check with Sharon on that. Yeah, I made that notation here on the 19th. This is, the October 19th,
Okay.
this one of them. Is it, these already signed, everybody got copies and everything?
Yes,
So we
there's
don't
the
need-
October ones already.
Okay, so we don't need to do anything further with that.
The October ones are signed, but the corrections were not made.
Okay.
Right.
I'll check with her on that. Let me make a note. Okay. Did y'all, what I want to do right now, we have a couple of guests here this evening, and I promised John Wilkerson with the Arkansas Municipal League, I would give him up here first and foremost. He's going to speak on you with about the loans that we've had on our fire station, police cars, the stuff that we've been dealing with. He was here several months ago, I think, and he's got some new information for you this evening. But it'll take 2 Thursdays to add him to the agenda tonight. Booth Hobbs? Well, let's make a motion to add him to the
I make
agenda
the motion
first.
to add John Wilson.
Second.
Okay, motion by Melissa, second by Stephanie. Who voted already?
That's the cart full of the horse. Lewis Hobbs? Okay. Stephanie Beck?
Yes.
Andrew Beard?
Yes.
Mr. Rattler? Graham Wiley? Yes, sir. Andy Moe?
Yes.
Dan Church?
Yes.
Lonnie Chapman? Yes. Well done.
Thank you all. I hope that I would consider good news. For those of you that were here during Carla Miller, when she was the city attorney, I don't know if you remember this, but she made the decision to stop paying, I guess it was amount of about $5,200 a month to Paul Graver, a Chicago person that sells loans. He basically gives cities money and then asks for exorbitant interest rates and high costs and whatnot. Our position was, my position has been for 5 years now, that those loans were illegal. I think I've talked to you about this. And Carla executed a plan to stop paying the loans in hopes that the loans would go away somehow. It was a calculated risk, but a good one. The loan itself was for the firehouse, and you refinanced a bunch of cars and whatnot. Essentially, you were given $350,000. In return, you're going to pay $835,000 over the course of the next 15 years. You had paid $350,000 of that $835,000 as of the moment that Carla Miller asked y'all to stop paying the loan, which you did. It was a wise decision. The second loan was a much smaller loan for a fire truck that you actually already owned, but were given money and using the fire truck as collateral. That loan, you had about $8,000 remaining on it when Carla asked y'all to stop paying the loan, which you did. That fire truck, of course, was repossessed, sold to a company in Mississippi, and as far as I know, is still in Mississippi. I understand that y'all have a new fire truck at this point. Maybe not as good, but a new fire truck, which could to y'all, it's a good decision. On Thursday, we had a settlement conference. You understand that we were sued by the bank that owns the big loan. We were sued by we sued Paul Graver for repossessing our fire truck, and essentially we were wrapped up in this multi-state, multi-case litigation. If we were to lose, we would have to repay the $400 and some odd thousand that we owed, or I guess it's $500,000 that we owed left on the big loan. And we went to a settlement conference to see if we could resolve it. Ultimately, we decided that if the city, we agreed, pursuant to y'all's decision, that the city pays $100,000 right now, $103,000 right now, then everything else would be forgiven. So, if y'all decide to pay $103,000, which I hope that you do, you're now off the hook for the other 400,000 and some change, $400,000 that you owe at this point. So basically, you're paying $100 to not pay $400, and the loans are gone. You don't get your fire truck back. That's the bad news. The $54,000 that was sold for, that's sitting in a court registry, is going to be split down the middle between you and Paul Graver, and that money is going to be used, and that money is going to be given to the bank. So essentially, it's $103,000 from y'all, and then you give over the other half of that $54,000, and that's the end of it. You get all your titles back to the extent that Paul Graver has any titles, and you no longer have a $1,500 a month payment for the next 7 years. Hope that makes sense. It's fairly, that's a lot going on. But essentially, you're going to pay $100,000 to get rid of the $400 plus $1,000 debt, and be done with Paul Graver forever.
And does he have to pay some money to First State Bank too?
He gives over half of the 54 to First State Bank, and then he pays $103,000 as well. And he pays his attorney,
Good.
which y'all don't pay me, he has to pay his attorney, so he's gonna be out some money. I'll break it to you, I'll tell you this. We made a mistake by entering that loan so many years ago. Paul Graver made the mistake by swindling us and being a crook, or allegedly a crook. I'm not gonna say that he is a crook, but allegedly the way we looked at it.
I'll say.
And then the bank made a mistake by accepting a loan that was likely illegal. And so we all made mistakes, and we all came together and said, you know what, we'll pay for our mistakes, and we'll just all get out from under it and be done with it.
The First State Bank's gonna be the loser in the deal, huh?
Yeah, they probably lost the biggest. Because they bought a loan, they bought a loan for 400 and some odd thousand, they're only getting 260 of it back. I think it's 260, so they're losing a big chunk of change. We're all losing it. We even under these terms, under the math that we worked out now, we still bought a bad loan.
Right.
And, we're paying for that mistake. But I wasn't here when that decision was made, but I understand that the city was in pretty bad financial shape, and it probably, unfortunately, you just did what you had to do. I mean, it just is what it is. You just do what you got to do sometimes, and things like this happen. So, any questions?
What,
All right.
it's the easiest way out, man. I understand, John, that it's still gonna put us over the $500,000 mark, after this is paid. It's what we've actually paid in on these loans anyway, isn't it?
Yeah, it depends on how you do the math.
Yeah.
But you paid in $350, you're about to pay another $103, so you're at $453, plus the 24 or 27 from the bank, from the fire truck. I mean, you paid in close to $500,000. And you got $350,000, and you paid $150,000 in interest, which is not a great deal, but it's, consider you're about to pay $400,000 more dollars. It was a well-executed plan by Carla, and I was proud of her for doing it, proud of y'all for making that decision, or whoever was here when that decision was made. It ended up working out.
I'm sorry, I guess my question, do we have one?
Yes. I've been saving for it.
And what account?
General fund.
Okay.
Yeah, you put yourself, I give the mayor credit, I give Carla credit, I give the mayor credit, and y'all set aside $103,000. And that really just was a coincidence that they ended up settling for the amount that we had. And we said, yeah.
I have a question. You're suggesting that we take this deal versus going all the way to the end?
Yes.
What,
We get out of Hoffman, everything,
Right.
everything over
We
there.
get everything back,
All of our tiles,
everything, so
All
we
that over
can
there, you don't.
get everything cleaned up.
do you feel like if we went to the end that we wouldn't get that anyway?
we could have a
I think that here's, the way Carla and I analyzed it the first time, we felt like we were swindled to the extent that we would give all of this money back. And I think legally speaking, maybe so. But at the end of the day, we were asking for money that we already spent. So I think it's, the way I looked at the case, that at some point, a judge, a jury, is gonna look at it and say, wait a second, you got $350,000, and now you want to not only not pay that back, you want money back from the person that gave you the money. And I think at some point, somebody would have said, no, you cannot have it, you cannot have your cake and eat it too. Now, so it's a gamble. We could go to trial all the way and somehow win and, have gold coins, raining down on us, but I doubt that's gonna happen. It's a really big long shot. And they're gonna fight to the end. They've shown up to fight to the end. So you're right. We could end up better off in the long run. Could. But at this point, we're saving $400,000 and we know where we are.
And we're settling the case and getting done with it?
We're done with
I'm sure thing.
it. And it's fair, like I
And how
said,
much are we saving by doing that?
about $400,000.
Because the total was actually going to end up being somewhere around 800,000, wasn't it?
$835,000.
835,000, so we're going to end up with about a little less than $500,000, including this 100,000.
Yeah.
So if we continued it out, we're saving, actually, one we saved some money. Any more questions for John? John, I guess no more questions there. We'll see if we got a motion
All right.
to.
I'll make a motion to approve the negotiated amount and allow the Arkansas Municipal League to finalize the deal.
Second.
I'd like that amount to be put in there, so.
Okay. $103,000 plus our half of the $54,000.
Yeah.
That's it, 27, that'd be $130,000. I second.
Second,
Lonnie,
Kirk.
Lonnie seconded.
Oh, Lonnie second. Let's take a vote. Baron Wadley,
Yes.
Andy Mullins,
Yeah.
Dan Church,
Yes.
Lonnie Chapman,
Yes.
Louis Hall,
Yes.
Stephanie Beck,
Yes.
Andrew Beard,
Yes.
Melissa Radford.
Yes.
Motion carried. Is there any specific time, John, that, or you gonna get with me on?
I assume you have the cash ready right now, so I'm gonna walk out with it.
I got it right here in the
Yeah,
briefcase.
good. As soon as you can, obviously. I mean, it's gotta be cashier's checks.
Cashier's check, so.
Made out to you, to the municipal league?
Me, personally.
Yeah. You know we're gonna do that, don't you?
Yeah, the first state bank. I'll get the details though.
That's what I want, just give me the details where I can pass it on and we can take care of this, so. Looks like it's a done deal, council approved it, looks like we're gonna get out of debt.
Yeah, thank y'all very much.
Thank you. See, I told you I'd get you in and out.
Well, thank you. Y'all take care.
Thank you.
At one of the other meetings, we were talking about insurance for the city employees. And I told Andrea and the other council members that when we decided on who we wanted, that gentleman's here tonight with Claude Choice, sitting in the back here. And I would like to add him to the agenda this evening too, if possible.
Does he have a name?
Yeah, I can't, I
Stephen
didn't,
Compton.
what was it?
Stephen, last name is Compton.
Come on, Steve, he told me outside, I'm over there.
Make a motion to add Steve Compton to the agenda.
And that's C-O-M-P-T-O-N?
Yes,
I
ma'am.
second.
All in favor? Opposed? Come on up, Steve. give you a little bit of rundown on what he's done so far.
So, thank you guys for coming to visit you. It's been a pleasure getting to work with some of your city employees, especially the firefighters. It's been a little while since I've been on a firehouse when the fire call went off. But, Ken called me at the beginning of the year to come in and present some options to you guys that I think from a city standpoint, you want us competitive to your other municipalities, and we're losing good firefighters based on benefits. And that was the pitch that was presented to me, and so he wanted us to bring a couple different options to bear, which after working through and talking to him on kind of the employees that you have, ages, situations, married families, we settled on two different plans. One is a $500 deductible plan with good copays, and the other is what we call a high deductible $2,500 plan, which we typically see used for some of your younger employees. So we wanted to have both options to be able to bring the board to the bear and give your employees some good choice. Very proud to say that after going through enrollments, at this point, the participation is north of 80%, which in a group this size is remarkable and unusual. So very happy with the participation and the response we've had back from all employees across the board. We do have a few stragglers, which always happens. So I don't have final numbers for you here tonight, but very happy to say the participation was good. I think once we get those last two or three, I'll be able to get Joanne and Ken final numbers here probably tomorrow or Thursday once we track those folks down.
So final numbers for cost
Yes, ma'am.
toward the city versus
Yes, ma'am.
what the individual look like.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, and from my initial calculations, the budget that you guys have kind of approved and given, I believe are well within that budget, if not way ahead of that budget.
Yeah, we had one other insurance agency in there. Who was that, Joanne?
We have Hatcher, Blue Cross, and Humana.
Okay. So, we've been going still on trying to get the right people at the right price, right cost and everything for the city within our budgeted amount.
And you said our budget amount was $20,000?
Can't remember, how much was it, Joanne?
About 40,
Is it
42.
Is this for all city employees?
Yes, sir. We have to open up the plan to all full-time employees, part-time unqualified, but any full-time employee you have to offer the plan to. Yes, sir.
Any other questions?
Now, you gave an example of two different plans.
So do you have copies of them?
I do, yes, ma'am. What I'll give you all is a couple different things here. You can kind of see our track path, if you will. We presented multiple different options and settled on these particular plans. This is the $500 plan. That's right on the deal. You'll see where we looked at a couple of different ones, and then this one is the rates and premiums for $2,500 plan. So you're going to see a couple different options on these sheets. And then the second option here is what we call a high deductible health plan. It again is geared towards folks that maybe don't have children and younger folks who don't visit the doctor a whole lot. So you get an option for them. Same type of plan that I had when I was in the younger age.
Okay, Chelsea, just a second.
Did you get a copy there?
Yeah.
So these numbers that are on the second page are not true.
Yeah, based upon current insurance design, we have set numbers based upon age of y'all's vision. So the premiums there that you're seeing, we as an insurance company will send you a bill for those particular things. You guys as a city will have what's called a cost share between you, what the city will pay for, and then what the employee will pay for, in that regards. And we set that up at 50% or half, is what I was instructed to do, to set it up between half you guys, half the employees, and how we break down the particular cost. On that high deductible plan, if you look at that second form that I've filled around, it's the HSA 2500 ARPS 305. But it breaks down to where it's a 80% co-insurance with a $2,500 deductible, and then everything else runs the deductible and co-insurance for your coverage.
So if I'm understanding this right, then the employees would be offered one or the other, and then whatever they decide is what it, 50% the city would be liable.
Now, we actually do it a little bit different. We want to have what we call it, when anytime we offer two plans, we'll have a base plan and a buyout plan. Because the city's responsibility will be able to cover for the base plan. We do that so that way, from the city standpoint, the cost is the same for every employee. We don't ever want to get to an issue where we're discriminating from one side of the company to the next through premiums that the city is paying or any entity is paying. So the city has a base cost per employee, and we base that off of the $2,500 plan. And then if the employee wishes to purchase up into the more expensive $500 plan, it's their option, but from the city standpoint, we've offered the same to all employees, and that way, again, we don't encounter a discrimination issue. We're always attuned to that whenever we deal from any type of benefit, whether it's insurance, life insurance, retirement planning, all the way across the board, as long as individuals do that. Just as a note, the majority of the employees show the problem. Almost to a T.
Of course, you fully understood that we had to work within our budget amount.
Yes, sir, all that. And that was part of the reason why I recommended having a dual option plan. That way we have a cost containment factor for the city. These days, and just all of us in the room probably are aware, insurance has begun getting much more expensive over the last 2 or 3 years with the Affordable Care Act coming into play. So anytime I build a health plan, I want to have a cost containment function into it because I don't want to exceed the budget, number one, but I also want to have good options for employees, number two. And by doing this kind of high-low plan, I think we've accomplished both sides of that. Stay well within budget from the initial numbers that I'm seeing and have a good participation.
Now, the question that I have, of course, in any insurance, year by year by year, it always increases.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Who's going to bear the cost in the increases?
It's shared because the city doesn't, at this point in time, the city's not paying 100% of the employees' costs, right? You are sharing that at 50% rate between the city and the employees. So it will be shared between the city and the employee. For this particular plan, it's what we call a hybrid plan. So there's not an underwriting standpoint that really drills down based upon the experience of the group. I.e., if we have one person that has cancer or one person that has a heart attack or something, it's not going to drastically impact the group as you might have seen in years gone by, because the Affordable Care Act removes a lot of that underwriting criteria from it. So in this situation, what you're underwritten on and the gains that you're going to see is kind of blocked together from all of our small group health plans that Paul Choice received. Last year, we had between 4 and 8% on different groups. So, as the broker on the deal, I can go in, I can see the spin and see what's happening and go back in and work with our underwriters to get what we feel is a pretty equitable exchange. Even on my bad groups this year was about an 8% increase. So that would, that's kind of give you an idea of what we saw this last year, maybe for next year.
Yeah, we have to budget each and every year.
Yes, sir.
So, I was just kind of curious as to, for us, the budgeting process.
With all my municipalities that I work with, the majority of them work on 1/1 like you guys do. So we start that process typically in November, if not a little bit before. We'll come in and start reviewing how the case has been running, how the plan's been running. But I'll have numbers by November at the latest to be able to come in and say, here's your 2017 cost, and what we know. If, for whatever reason, the costs exceed what we think our budget would be, we always have the option from the design standpoint to change things in the plan. So, I mean, there are some things, it's not a set in concrete, this is what you have to have from here to eternity. If because of budget constraints, we have to make changes, then that's what we sit down and discuss in November, December, that way come 1/1, we're back in line with whatever you guys need.
Well, that's what I had a little curiosity about, you know, is there any leeway in some way in the plan to kind of adjust it, bring a little bit better back in line?
And we do it during what we call open enrollment period. So you guys will be probably a February 1 group as we start working into it. So, you know, you'll have an open enrollment from January all the way up to February 1. And then whatever that decision's made, whatever plan design's made, as of February 1, it locks and stays forward until the next open enrollment. So year by year is where you get to make your option. There is a little bit of life insurance tied to all of these plans. That's done by state mandates, $15,000 life insurance benefit that'll be tied to every employee. We have to have that there. That's something that's built into the cost. You'll see that listed there in our proposals. $6 and some change for $15,000, which is not too bad. So there's accidental death and disability attached to that as well.
Now, are you looking for some type of deadline to begin this, or?
We were hoping to get in by February 1st. Like I said, I have 1 or 2 stragglers with the city employees that we're still trying to catch up to. I've got to get hold of the captain down there tomorrow and be sure we get him taken care of. But aside from 1 or 2 that we just kind of missed or when we did open enrollment, that's the only thing that we're holding up on is get the final numbers. Because at that time, once that's put together and done, we will need the city to issue what's called a binder check to secure the premium and secure the particular policy we put in place. That way we start getting cars and services out to the employees in due time.
But you still got to present those numbers to us.
Yeah, I've got almost all your employees. I'm lacking 2, maybe 3, depending upon the decisions that are made. So we're on wait. Once I have that, I can give you firm numbers. These rates won't alter.
Okay. And so you're looking for February 1st? Is that your
If we could, yeah.
target date that
Yes,
you're
sir.
looking for? What if it goes past that?
We can do that, but it just delays the services to the employees that for an extra month, and that's up to the group. The group gets to set and establish what we call the effective date of the health plan. That's something you guys will sign off on, so that'll be, deal with the city not having insurance now. The thought process was to go ahead and see if we could get a plan in place as soon as possible. We had even potentially looked at 1/1, and just because of enrollment, we couldn't get everything together for 1/1.
Right. I didn't know if there was any retro back to any certain date or anything like that.
Once I get beyond about the 15th of the month, you're paying for nothing at that point. That's why we kind of push it into.
Push it up to February, so.
So even if I continue to have a straggler, say in the first part of next week, we'd be within that first 15 days where we could make it a 2/1 effective. And folks could be able, once everything is done, even without a card in hand, once that effective date is set, we could have employees who go see the doctor as soon as we have that binder check in hand ready to go.
I have a question. How many other municipalities do you deal with in the state of Arkansas?
Off the top of my head, I can tell you, we deal with a number of counties, municipalities. I mean, the city of Little Rock was a larger client of ours up until this last year. We work with municipalities all across the state.
And how much do that, is it typical for all of them to pay 50%?
Actually, that's a little bit low on the scale for municipality in general. From what we see, most common we see that more around the 75 or 80%. It is a little atypical to pay the family cost into it. So, y'all have a good balance in that regard. But from an employee cost, the contribution that we're doing at 50% from what we normally see is a little bit different.
Any other questions?
You mentioned something about losing some employees to other cities, their benefits. these plans compared to those, other cities? Have you checked and seen?
The plan design is comparable, but we see a lot of other municipalities. The $500 deductible plan with co-pays is a very common plan out there. You know, 500 to 1,000, that's a real common municipality and county type thing that we see out there.
So if we went with something like this, would the employees be, the benefits compared to, if they were to leave, go to another, so they,
Yes, sir.
affected those things, right?
Yeah, so when, looking at kind of the, one of the conversations that Ken and I had is, where does the city want to come in from a contributory standpoint, i.e. the 50% level? And we have to do that by ACA now. We have to do a minimum 50%, period. And so there is no lower than that. But based upon those numbers, that's kind of where I came in and recommended that we go with a little bit of a dual option, high-low plan design. That way we have, again, cost containment, but good choices for the employees. And I like both of these plans. They're good fits. These very common plans that we at Qual Choice see sold on not just municipalities, but all of our groups around there. So it's something that we see implemented and successful into it. And I think your participation speaks to that success. That yet again, in a small group like this, it's rare that we see participation at this level, which is really nice.
And you said, as of right now, the base plan cost is based on the $2,500 plan?
That's correct. Yeah. And then the $500 plan cost will be
Is it
considered a
added?
buy-up. Yeah, we're going to buy it. Yeah.
But that would be all on the employee to pay the difference?
Yeah, the city's responsibility is for the 50% of that $2,500 plan, along with the insurance. Yes, ma'am. And I can, once I get final numbers and feel, like I said, the 2, 3 guys, we can get you that final cost and within the field letter and get that in there. But I will say, I feel pretty good about it. From which all report me to begin with, I feel pretty good about the budgetary side of it.
Any more questions? Yes, that'd be all. Thank you very much.
Hey, thank you guys, I appreciate you. Good pleasure.
And I'm sure that the council's probably gonna be wanting to see the final numbers. See here,
No problem. Thank you guys.
Thanks. Well, last meeting, did read the, I didn't get that. I mean, all I got in my packet.
Yeah, it was December the 23rd. I was like, okay, let's go.
Now these, this something, we need a motion on these?
Well, yeah.
Okay, so it's, need a motion to accept the dispense with December 21st Alexander City Council meeting.
With corrections?
With correction. Well, one of y'all's got to make the motion.
I know, I said, I make the
No,
motion.
you make the motion with
yeah,
corrections.
With corrections, I'll make the motion.
All right.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Wait, we gotta do the corrections.
All. Yes, we will.
Which minutes are you looking at?
December 21st.
Neither of us, neither of Paul.
So nobody else got it?
Well, I got that.
So let's just, I'll take this table these until everybody can get a copy.
Yes, I do, it was Lewis.
Oh, that's right.
Well, here's yours.
No, that's mine.
That's what he said, that's what he said.
I did what I need to do, so.
Just let you borrow it.
I know.
On page 2, it's gonna be the first paragraph, and it's under financial. after the 373,107, it should say, there shouldn't be a period there, in the report she received tonight and the amount quoted from Ms. Churchill, we have 3 different numbers we were discussing with the fire department fund. Under old business, Dogwood, the word ranchette needs to go in after Dogwood. In Ward 3.
And at the top on line 3, amending is misspelled.
Well, I wasn't concerned, but she said a long time ago we weren't worried about correction of spelling. And on page 3, when we were talking to Ms. Reyes, and she described the type of business they now own located in Benton, it says she explained they want to bring that same type of business to Alexander along with the tree service business they also own. I didn't understand the tree service other than the equipment would be parked there, because I specifically asked about that. And she just stated that the equipment would be there.
Yeah, I thought she said that.
Well, the minutes say that they're gonna bring, she's gonna bring the tree service business also.
Well, I'm sure that they'll be parking the equipment there and taking it out to work every day.
Well, yeah, the equipment, but not the business itself. She said they had an office in business, in Benton for that tree
For the tree
service.
service.
Right. That this location was strictly supposed to be a auto body and car mechanic business.
That's what she said. Is there any other corrections?
Yeah, on page 3, it says down here that you said we had $20,000 for the insurance, and I think Joanne said we had 42,
That was incorrect. I had to go back and double check.
so it's not 20, it is 42.
But you did state 20, so the
I
minutes
did
are right.
say 20, I
Okay.
misspoke.
Okay, so the minutes are right, it's just that the amount was wrong. That's all I have.
Anybody else have anything? We had a motion to accept the Spence minutes with the necessary correction. All in favor? Opposed? Motion carried. What I didn't do on your agenda next is read budget resolution. I wanted this to be done just so we would have the paper copy in our record, signed by the mayor and recorder for the auditors when they come to audit. So this evening here, I'm going to read the budget resolution for 2016. City of Alexander. The resolution providing for and adopting a budget for the City of Alexander, Arkansas for 12 months beginning January 1st, 2016, ending December 31st, 2016, appropriating money for each and every item of expenditure therein provided for and other purposes. Whereas the City Council has made a comprehensive study and review of the proposed budget presented to the Alexander City Council on December the 21st, 2015. Whereas it is the opinion of the City Council that the schedule and the financial information prepared and revealing anticipated revenues and expenditures for the calendar year 2016 appear to be accurate as possible for budgetary purposes. Now therefore be it resolved to approve, adopt, and authorize the budget for the fiscal year 2016. This budget being necessary for the preservation of public peace, health, and safety. This resolution shall take effect and be enforced now and after its passage. Can I have a motion to pass the,
Make get a copy of that?
Yes.
I hadn't even got
I
a
did
copy
not
of
have a copy. It was in everybody's package.
No,
Was it not?
no.
I thought
Just read us a whole
everybody
big page.
No. I thought that was in everybody's package, the way it comes to me. 'Cause I had my copy up here, I took out of my packet, so.
The last
Yeah.
It didn't go in the last one either.
No, well, you
I
didn't
didn't
get
have
one.
Okay.
Yeah, you probably get
I
one.
didn't have it either. We did make a motion to pass the budget.
Yeah, right.
But we
Indeed.
never did a resolution.
It's in our resolution, so. Can I have a motion to pass the budget resolution for, budget for 2016?
Make a motion to pass the budget for 2016.
Motion by Lonnie Chapman, have a
The
second.
budget's already passed.
Budget resolution.
I'll second.
Budget resolution.
Resolution.
I'd like a copy before I vote on it, so.
I'll second.
Huh?
I'll second.
Okay. Motion by Lonnie, second by Baron Wadley. Joanne, could you make me some copies, please, if you don't mind? I thought everybody had a copy. Oh, I'm sorry.
I've got it.
You got it? Okay, appreciate it. That was supposed to be in everybody's package, December 21st, when we had council. I don't know what happened with that one.
I got that one at the city engineer.
Okay. Well, at least we're spreading it around. Give it just a moment, you'll have some comments.
We had a statement of financial interest.
Oh, yeah, I was gonna bring that up. I just for, informational purposes. We
Can we
have,
turn it into you tonight?
yes. Yeah,
I want to turn mine into you tonight. It's already notarized and
okay,
everything.
we just, we have to keep them on file here in City Hall, and it's just a little informational thing to make sure everyone, didn't forget this year to have those done, so we can put them on file here, so. Farron, did you get a copy of this in your packet?
Last one?
Well,
So
yeah,
this passing.
this meeting here.
One of these.
Well, at one time, many years ago, I think when Mayor Johnson was here, that we had somebody that really give a fit over him, I believe, because it wasn't kept here on file in City Hall. So ever since then, we've tried to make sure we got them here and kept on file.
Don't we have several notaries here in the city that they
Yes,
can
I'm a
notarize
notary,
these for?
Jackie's a notary, Joanne's a notary. Yeah, so, anytime anybody needs to notarize this,
Do they charge?
no. I can notarize anytime, so it might go there, just call me, let me know, I'll come to your house.
Mine's done. I was just letting the other people know that.
Yeah,
I'm just
yeah.
gonna go right with you.
I say, as far as I know, they don't charge, and I don't think they are, they may be, but I don't, so.
If you got it filled out, he can notarize it for you.
Most of the time, it's like what everybody's got, this is election year once again, so I think when you go down and do your filing and everything, you got to do one, so.
Well, this is for last year.
Yeah, previous year,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying, you have to go back down when you register, you're gonna have to fill out another one.
And did you sign the back of it?
Yeah. You think that is?
No, you didn't.
I just
This is your thing. I said, this is yours.
My name's on it.
John Brown.
It should have said it over on the other side. Oh, no. Okay. Give your employer an address.
He's filling this out right now. You cross the ditch, can't you?
Sound like somebody's running a fire generator out there, doesn't it? If he gets those, numbers back in, the insurance, he's got to be fine. That's the best plan that we could afford, so we went through all these appointments, all these different ones, everything else, and he come up with, Paul choice did was what we could afford that met our needs and stuff like that. The other ones couldn't do it, or either wouldn't either, and we just didn't have to afford it. So they were the best that we could find. It's something that, after you get those numbers, that, if we can get them out to you, something that you may want to come back in before February 1st and talk about. I just kind of want to get an idea of you guys, what you want to do, so.
Would you get that thing?
Thank you, Joanne.
Y'all got enough over there?
Just that much up to y'all.
Yes.
That was the first one in December of 2015.
But the resolution numbering is supposed to be the date of the meeting.
Yeah, they redid the numbering system on it, I can't remember.
Yeah, we're still waiting, Jeff Watkins.
Where's Jeff?
Yeah. However, they set the numbering system, the council set the numbering system up, y'all agreed on. Do you remember what it was?
The R, the month, I mean, the year, the month, and the date of the meeting.
Should have been 12.
And then if there was more than one that night is when the other numbers passed, or was,
Right, the next number.
right.
So this is entirely incorrect.
Right.
Should be 12/21.
And I don't, just me, just looking at this, I have a problem with it stating the city council has made a comprehensive study, because You can put a comprehensive study's been made, but it wasn't the council that did it.
Don't like what we do. Council didn't have anything to do with it.
Well, and
That's the same one from last year.
Did we ever figure out, since we're on the budget, did we ever figure out what was wrong with the system on the reports?
You know, I don't know, Ken did it not, did Ken find out?
Yes, he did. I don't know what he found out, but I know that he did resolve it. I thought he had reports in this month, but I won't know until he gets in here.
Well, I can tell you, one of my first questions on the financial was for somebody to explain and use the general fund as an example, how to read the other two reports that were in ours, not the reconcile that we were used to seeing, but the other two, because I'm trying to figure out how much money we have in general fund. Do we have 210,000 or 136? Both of them's highlighted.
There's no one to ask him, I don't know what to tell you. He does those, I do bank reconciliation. And I know the bank reconciliation's correct.
Yes, I mean, the number actually matched the one of the numbers on one of the reports, but that's
The
not
other one
always.
was crazy.
Yeah, I mean, and that's what I was trying to figure out, okay, how much do we have? Because
He has come up with another report because that one, as far as I know, had items in it that when you do the report and you select the items that you want, it was reflecting something else that was really weird. And he checked it and he's not using it anymore.
Can you read this, thing?
He needs to figure out which one, I mean,
He's coming up with an income statement and a balance sheet.
we need to get what we have straightened out first before we come up with more.
Well, no, you just can't use a faulty report.
Well, that's what we've been getting.
Well, that's what I'm trying to tell you, though. He has eliminated that one and come up with the balance sheet and the income statement.
is that this one that we can't figure out what it is?
I don't know.
Is that what it's?
You'll have to wait till he gets here and ask.
Well, no.
I was looking at that at home today.
I was
I
too.
can't figure it out.
Joanne, do you have any of these resolutions, and I want to have this resolution number in them?
I'll go check and see. We didn't have a lot of resolutions last year.
No. Or we can just write the resolution number in, so we can do it.
And change the top line where it says series, whereas, cross through it or something, the city council, cross out city council. And put the treasurer, the bookkeeper, whatever, the mayor.
Joanne, did you say you had something else, another different copy of the resolution or something that we could,
I'll go look and see what we have.
that didn't have the resolution number in the top?
This is going to, I can take it out
Well, that's what I was needing.
if you want it blank.
And what else would you say you needed?
Where it says, whereas the city council has made a comprehensive study, cross out city council and put treasurer. Or Ken, I mean, now, he's the one that's on the line for it. He's did the comprehensive study we did on this budget, and I can't get accurate totals, so.
No, we didn't have
He
anything.
presented it to us and we passed.
And motion.
Yeah, I just,
Yeah.
thanks.
But we can't make the study and then it be presented to us. See what I'm saying?
So you want the city council, taken out of it, different name, put in, put campaign.
Or trade.
Put treasurer.
Treasurer.
How about accounting department?
Huh?
How about accounting department? And you want the number left blank?
Just put in, city government,
Okay.
is that all right?
City government?
Yeah.
City council.
That includes everybody, treasurer, mayor.
I didn't have anything,
So you don't even put that in there?
No. You can put the treasurer,
That's
because
a good trade.
Okay, I want treasurer, just, can you just remove that, and put treasurer in, please? Can I just have a motion for now, just to table this, some other time during the meeting, we'll come back to it?
motion to table, bring up their own business.
Okay. Give them enough time to do that. That way we can.
Second.
keep on. Second. All in favor? Opposed?
Oh, I didn't hear.
Have reports, and y'all get your police reports,
Yeah.
and it's probably hidden away in there.
I do fire reports, and we have two fire, we all have two
Yeah.
fire.
Well, I think, haven't got the fire yet.
The police report's right with
Fire
the
chief,
fire
explain
department.
fire.
I don't.
Mayor, on the police report, why is the chief not here? I mean, we never get to ask him questions, and he's never here.
He's a good job.
I mean, shouldn't he be here, at least on this one?
Well, it's not required, it's not written anywhere, that they have to be here,
Well,
so.
it's an organization of city council.
Is it?
Yep.
I didn't
We
remember it
don't
being
want
in
him to
there.
ask me questions.
Yeah, I didn't ever remember it being in there that they were
Yeah.
required to be here.
Think they'll be going over reports.
Not specifically required to be here, I never know how to do that one.
It's kind of hard to find out anything, and then you got, go talk to them more.
Yeah, I understand, I understand.
I guess this is from that virtual justice or whatever, the police report.
Yeah. Well, it's from, I think they use MIMS, is where the reports come from. Isn't that right?
Is that your police?
I don't know if he
I think it comes from,
Mine's like
Oh,
this.
no, wait a minute, I'm sorry.
I was like, mine's like this.
This is
Yeah.
my police report.
I was fixing to say, what you doing?
This is my votes.
but I believe it's a program is called NIMS. Everything is inputted and goes into NIMS. If you're NIMS compliant, through this program, it makes you, makes grants and other items available to municipalities and departments that use NIMS. If you don't, it's hard to get grants or anything like that. So I believe these reports come straight out of NIMS with all inputted in. It's a way of tracking all this stuff, so they get told from all municipalities, counties. That's where these reports, I believe, come from, is out of NIMS.
I think it's Nivers or something like that.
Nivers instead of NIMS.
The police one's a little bit different than the fire one. When, at the end of the month on ours, I have to transmit them to the national fire, or they go to Arkansas Fire Academy, and ours is transferred to the national fire academy in Maryland.
But this is basically what this does here.
I've never messed with it.
Anything for the police report, can we move on to the fire report?
Well, I got some questions on
Okay.
the police, but I didn't know, I mean, he's not here, so can you answer? I mean, the report's titled total for all officers and agencies.
What do you see?
On the total, on the top where it says total for
Oh,
all
okay.
officers and agencies on the report. Okay, I was wondering, what other agencies? Is this like a generic one that all of the Saline County police office or police agencies
I don't know
use?
what you're doing.
Now, it's just gonna be for this department.
I think
It says page 7 and 7.
At the top.
Yeah.
And it's not the whole report, it's just pieces, like I
That's
said.
probably everything they do, like if they run, say, back up Shannon Hills or Box Heights.
Kind of like their mutual aid, it covers everything.
Oh, okay. So that's
That's all.
different locations and not just Alexander.
Like if they go back up Shannon Hills or Bryan or State Police or Little Rock.
We have to go out the county, something like that, it covers everything.
Okay, what's the difference in fail to present insurance and no proof of liability insurance local?
Okay, failure to give insurance is they didn't have insurance, period.
No, it says no insurance over here in the too, I thought.
Like if you were to, if they were to make a traffic stop and you didn't have your insurance, that's it.
Okay, fail to present, right? Okay, then no proof of liability insurance.
Well, see,
I know, that's what I was like.
well, look, Central, when they call this stuff in to Central Dispatch, they report back whether they have valid insurance or not. It's on their system, the state system, and they report whether they have valid insurance or not. And it's like, yes, sir. But then they don't. But you're supposed to have it with you.
Right.
You
On your,
know,
insurance card, if you don't present it, you have no proof of it.
Oh, okay.
So, in other words, just by not having that proof, you can be ticketed and brought into court and presented to the judge.
Like if you did bad, you might say you don't have it, that
But you do.
got it.
And if it's not in their stuff.
It's like if you move, you have 30 days to update your driver's license, you can get a ticket for that too. There's a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, you're required. Any other questions? We'll move on to fire report. Everybody get your copy?
It should be different, one is for December, the other one is for the whole year. It's kind of confusing, the December one, is for 2015, and the other one for the end of December, or December. That's December, that's, I wish you could highlight that, that's December.
Right.
The date at the top of each page, it says, like, December 1st to 31st, or December 1st, December.
And that's the annual one.
Oh, that's,
You said there's two. There you go, that should be December.
Yeah, there's December right there, and the other one will have January 1st, December.
Well, what's the difference in these two? Is that seconds? Report time from headquarters to what?
Also, how it comes up with that. No, I think it's the average time of, call, if I'm not mistaken. Like how long we're, if I'm not mistaken, our average call.
still didn't take it out.
Yeah, that report system, it has over 1,000, has the top 20 reports.
You should have had this in council.
Print out 7 reports, and it gets pretty detailed on some stuff. It's like we had one right before Wednesday before the snow, and then after that, we had a couple of meters in the house fire, checking bills, one door, two door days, started from there.
You got somebody burning wire? No, I will not. I'm saying if you call, like if you get a call for it, and they get it out or whatever, when you get there, can you still,
Like you can tell it, if I can still find it, I could say that
I don't think it's a big call, is it?
usually we can snow it up. If you can find it, you can get out there to the burn.
I got a friend, somebody right behind me, was going, they knocked them out.
We walk out the street all day, it's snow. kind of how to do what they go there.
Okay, what is this pre-incident value and losses?
The computer comes up with that on, like on the structures, but it's not a set scale, it's something, it does by itself, I don't have nothing to do with that. Because they try to, they want us to put the value, and I can't,
Yeah.
I'm not an appraiser who will say how much your house or how much your car was. It's just something that system generates. And I can't get out of it.
I was just wondering.
One thing I'd like to bring up tonight, if y'all have not heard, we lost a firefighter, East Pulaski Fire Department, we need a paid firefighter to show them. Lost his life right at one, his gunshot. The gentleman had a seizure. Two miles down the road, he come up to my elbow, and people on Bush Street. Jason made entry to the house. Gentleman just come out with a seizure. All he saw was a guy sitting in the doorway, and he see his wife, he thought he was getting burglarized. So he took, he fired 5 shots and hit Jason and killed him.
The guy that was having the seizure fired in?
He woke up out of the seizure, and I've seen several in the city and out of the city. I had one guy, I had my AFD shirt on, and he was like, "Who are you?" I'm like, "Hey, we're with the fire department, we're here to help you." He just had a seizure. He didn't know what was going on. Luckily, there wasn't weapons involved. I've been in one where the guy was sitting next to him, he was sitting in a chair, and he had a seizure, the gun was sitting next to him in the same. So, it's a bad deal all the way around. I know the guy that shot him, we know the firefighters, so keep both families in prayer, the fire department, the vigil. They're having a out vigil tonight at the Firefighter Memorial downtown. The union will be Wednesday, and the funeral will be Thursday.
He's been arrested.
Well, he got arrested for manslaughter, he's out on bond.
No, he got,
The guy that done it, I know him, over far life, he's a Christian man. It's kind of hard to do that. We don't know what's going to happen, nobody knows what's going to happen, we're going to have a seizure. I've seen him be aggravated, and some of them just don't know what happened. Anyway. Just to let you know, I'm checking in to getting some plate carriers for the guys. What it is, it's not a bullet, it's like a bulletproof vest, but it's not as bulky, it's lightweight. It just covers the center part here and the back, it's 2 metal plates with a carrier. I want to take a guy, I want us to go home every night.
Amen.
I want to let y'all know, hopefully by next meeting, what we found out, if the budget allows us to get something for our guys. There's no grant out here for this. St. Louis, Missouri, they're doing it. Bunch of fire departments, after Friday incident, they've mandated their guys wear bulletproof vest, body armor, however you like to call it. Obviously, we can't wear it into the fire, we wouldn't, but on rescues, disturbances, or mass gathering, or something like that, it's going to be up to that guy. Many things we all go home and see, I'm not working.
Well, in today's environment,
It ain't like it used to be.
no, it's not like it used to be.
And I
Now,
remember walking in on
this
Sunday
one
and
with the
saying,
guy in the seizure was one thing, but still you hear all over the country, just the environment we live in today.
4 months ago, Sergeant got a call. Well, they told the fire department to hold back, but they didn't tell the ambulance crew, and obviously the police and fire would hold back, so that's what they do. The guy come out and started shooting at the ambulance, and the police, and the fire department set back. Then the same month, Haskell had a shooting, a gentleman shot his wife in the chest, he ran outside, they didn't tell the fire department what all happened, they said, hey, he's been shot, they didn't tell the gentleman he was still on the scene, so the fire department stepped in the house, providing first aid, he got outside running around, he could have ran right back inside and shot them. He was a Texas fire chief, he got stabbed multiple times off his eye, and multiple puncture wounds on his chest, and then just last week, the lady walked up to the guy in Denver, opened the fire chief's door, stabbed him multiple times, threw him out the bed, and took off the rig. They called it, but I don't, I mean, it's getting crazy. I mean, I ain't saying this is a bad neighborhood, but we don't know what's gonna happen. We've had people with live grenades in their house before that I've ran on, that they called bomb squad on. And this guy's out in California, or he set his house on fire, as soon as the first fire truck came in, he started shooting at it.
Well, you know, some of this stuff, you know, it's strictly, well, it's too late later, well, we should have. So, you know, if it's some things that we can afford, that we can do, that makes sense
It's
to help out in some of this.
everything I ever asked to try to get some credit carriers for the guys, I mean, I would never thought that in 1,000 years.
Now, the military wears, they actually have a plate over their elbow.
What this is, it's a little small square vest, or it's called a carrier. Basically, it's like a little flap, and you put your body plate in it. I found them on AR500.com. They're $200. It'll stop at 223-556. The high rifle rounds and pistol rounds. That's about the lowest I've seen.
How much?
200.
Are they size specific to like,
So either way.
okay, so we can buy maybe 4 and,
Now, I was going to do like, say, 4 or 5. And
so it
then,
wouldn't have to fit everybody, in other words.
right, they're like Justin, unfortunately, he's the smallest guy. You just have to be
Velcro.
He's the smallest guy I got, and they can go down to him and then go up to me or Bobby or whatever. But it's called a plate carrier. What it is just that two-shoulder straps. It don't give no side protection. It's a basic center mass protection front and back. So I talked to Steve Cruz, uniform. He's going to check to see what kind of deal. I'll probably send an email in with him and see if they can help us in any way to reduce the cost of donations. Because it don't hurt to ask, but I'm checking around and hopefully if nothing gets too bad, I'll have information and stuff to look that's fine with y'all.
Any other questions, Fire Chief?
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Anything from the planning commission?
Yeah, we're planning a meeting for February. We tried to have one in February, but everybody couldn't make it. I passed out a map that according to the old metro plan, it was accepted and it was created and accepted by the council in 2013. And I have been able to find any minutes supporting that. And
Metro 503.
I would like for the council to, there's lots of mistakes that are on this map. I'd like for the council to look it over. I mean, some examples are Elmo Store's not on there. The landscaping business, neither one of those are on there. One street shows that it's a circle and it's not, it dead ends. So I know there's corrections. So we want to, as a planning commission, we want to like go over and then bring the proposed changes to this, if Metro Plan's saying that it's already established, and bring it back to the council to submit to Metro Plan to be accepted as our planning and zoning. So that's kind of what we're working on.
Here's your raise on the back of the Q&A.
Dollar General's not on there, gas station, not 2013, November. They're saying it was accepted.
This meeting's always the third Monday night, that's not a third Monday night.
Well, this was, that was when the Metro Plan itself created, and necessarily mean that's when the council accepted it. I was on the council when they voted on it.
I'll see if we can call Metro Plan and see if they got the new updated version of it, and then we'll have to go through a bunch of.
Well, the cost is what we were looking at. but it costs to the city, if we could defer some of that, then, you know, and they may want to come out and do the walk-offs themselves. But if they don't, then it's just an FYI, that's what we're looking at.
Is that all, you have to plan?
Just kind of an update.
Okay, thank you. We're up to financial. Everybody get the financials in the packet, I think it was a little bit earlier discussion about it anyway, so. We're gonna do it.
Under old business. There's questions for financials, but we can't ask them, can't give them answers, so.
Again, I guess, all, you know, you had family issues. He's been in the hospital for 30 days.
And his wife?
So he's, told him just to take care of his family. Pretty serious. It was pretty serious. So he's taking care of his family.
So, I guess wait till next month to ask this?
How we gonna ask?
Yes, he's here next month.
Yeah, but he's not on Sunday, he's gonna be all right.
Next month.
Yeah. Or give. I'm just trying to think, the insurance deal, that was something we could
Put on the agenda for
put it on the
that.
agenda, just take care of that. Put those two items, the insurance guy on special meeting agenda, and have Ken be here to answer any financial questions on that, and we could do that. If that's something you want to do. But we're gonna have to go, well, we need to come back and take care of this insurance issue somewhat. And we could also have that, unless you want to wait till the next meeting. There's no special meeting, sometimes they come in and out, but they take longer. I don't know what you guys might want to do, so if it's something you can wait till the next meeting, or get with Ken between now and then to see what he's actually got. So, different, maybe. I'll kind of leave that up to you guys. If you want to include it in a special meeting, because we're going to have to come back. But if you want me to add that in there too, I will. Kind of up to y'all.
That'd be good.
You want it?
Let's do that.
Have it come back in a special
We'll do
meeting.
a special meeting. Okay, we can go into it.
Is that all? Is that everybody else?
Yes, sir.
All right, old business, let's get back to the resolution. All we've got to change copy of
I'll get it.
it. Is it? This time?
I'll get it down.
We're having a meeting tonight with the dull hum of the generator running, aren't we?
Take the power down or something.
Satisfactory enough for you?
You've got a motion by Lonnie and seconded by Farron, but then we tabled it, so, to bring it back. So which one do you need me to remove the table motion? I remove the table motion to allow discussion to continue on the resolution for the budget.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Now really, since we made so many changes on this, I'll need to reread it. So, we need to withdraw that motion also. Start over fresh. Who made the initial motion? Did you just withdraw that motion?
I withdraw the motion.
I'm gonna read this resolution, see if this is okay with everyone. The City of Alexandria resolution, we don't have a resolution under this time. A resolution providing for and adopting a budget for the City of Alexandria, Arkansas for 12 months beginning January 1st, 2016 and ending December 31st, 2016. Appropriating money for each and every item of expenditure therein provided for and other purposes. Whereas the City Administration, City Treasurer Kim Miller has made a comprehensive study and review of the proposed budget presented to the Alexandria City Council on December 21st, 2015. And whereas the opinion of the City Administration and the City Treasurer Kim Miller that the schedule and exhibits of financial information prepared and reviewing anticipated revenues and expenditures for the calendar year 2016 appear to be accurate as possible for budgetary purposes. Now therefore be resolved to approve, adopt, and authorize the budget for the fiscal year 2016, this budget being necessary for the preservation of the public peace, health, and safety. This resolution shall take effect and be enforced now and after its passage. Can I have a motion to pass?
I make a motion to pass the 2016 budget resolution.
Have a second?
Second.
Okay. You're elected, Stephanie.
Now, y'all,
Is there any other discussion? I think we've got resolved it already. Seeing there's no other discussion, we'll take a vote. Lonnie Chapman?
Yes.
Melissa Radford?
Yes.
Dan Church?
yes.
Andrew Bearden?
Yes.
Andy Mullins?
Yes.
Stephanie Beck?
Yes.
Barry Wadley?
Yes, sir.
Louis Thomas?
Yes.
We will get a signed copy of that.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
what,
Packet.
huh?
In our packet,
Yeah, I'm like.
it's gonna be R-2015-12-2021.
2016.
No, yeah, but it's on the, well, yeah, but it was on, supposed to be the date of the meeting.
Yeah.
He's correct. So it should be R-2016
2016. Yeah.
-1 and tonight's date, just the 25th.
R 2016-1
25th?
25th.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's all. Yeah, that's okay.
Lord, mercy.
Oh, no, I'm not.
I don't know about y'all, but I still catch myself with 15 things.
I haven't written 2015 yet.
It'll take me about 6 months and I'll finally stop. All right, new business.
No, old business.
Oh, well, this is old business. We got any more old business?
Well, the status on the parking lot and the streets to it.
Well, got a text from Kurt, or an email, the guy with Redstone, and all of it. apologizing, he says you can't control the weather, so.
Right, so they haven't, I mean, I
no.
saw they were out there clearing some places.
Yeah, they're clearing and doing all the work, they're continuing
They
in
were working
between.
on it.
Yeah, they're working on it.
Yeah, well, I got that, this is what I got from him as of, this afternoon, early this morning, when he sent me an email. Said he hoped that maybe he could get back in here later on at the end of the week if the weather holds up. We've had so much rain and snow that now he's got to let it try to dry out a little bit. So he said, if the sun shines and, you know, and it dries out pretty good, then he'll be able to get back and continue work with it. He's apologizing to everybody in the city. He said, I sent him one back and said, you can't control Mother Nature, so, just do it as nature, Mother Nature lets you do it. So, supposed to have a lot of sunshine, so maybe that'll help. So that's kind of where we're at on that.
Any word on Cornerstone?
On the bridge?
Yeah.
Well, we're actually waiting, till, according to the engineer, that when we went over and looked at it, he said it may be a little later on up into late spring. He said it's possibly even later summer, when it really, really dries up thoroughly, where they can get down in there, where they can cut out the piece of metal that's in there and replace it with an inner pipe and get it welded in the end of that pipe. And he said it's going to have to dry up. He said it may be late spring. You know, spring rains and different things like that before you get into it. But he said right now, he said that's the only structural. There's no structural issue with it. It's just that. And of course, we'll have to do a little bit of, there's a hole at the top there, the sidewall, that you can see down there. But once he gets that all done, then we can fill that all, we can fix that part. But right now, it's just full of water.
Well, we can take that off of the old business list until the engineer gets back with us.
Yeah. He, that's kind of where we stand on that part there. It's just a matter of letting the creek dry long enough that somebody can get out and do the work.
Okay, what did you find out on the culvert caving on Ashley? It's reported in November and December.
On Ashley, we're gonna replace. Got, Marty, we've identified 2 or 3 more. Just got to come up, got to be replaced. There's no way to repair them. So we're gonna have to bring, actually dig them up, replace them. And at the same time, when we do all that, while they're there, we try to go ahead and clean all the ditches that we can get clean, get that point to, while they're there. So, because so many of these, they got to clean initially, to even replace so many of these culverts, just due to the fact that the dirt has gotten higher than the culverts. So it's just running over the top, so you got to clean them at the same time you do it. And if they're gonna be there, having to do that, you might as well just clean all you can clean. So that's what we've been doing, each one of those that we do. Of course, I hope to have every drainage issue in the city at least looked at, started on, or some type of work done on. And this year, I'm really hoping, it's according to how much I'll be able to use the Swain County guys, is I want to pretty much have every ditch in the city cleaned out by the end of this year. So we got good drainage in the city. We got to get the water out of here, and they hadn't been cleaned in years. I think the last time mine was done was in the county, which was 10, 15 years ago. I don't know.
Ain't no ditches there.
No. So you can see if the county did do it at one time, they come through every several years and at least do it. But that's something I'm working with Marty on to try to get them all done, because they, okay, well, there's a few of them around you look at, you know, they look like stupid ditch. You know, I don't know why they have it filled up. There's so many of them, like Bonnie's, and there's no ditch there. So mine has started going over the top too. So, like so many others. So that's stuff that we're going to be working on this year too. And I will be coming back to the council members before the year's up, attempting to see what other streets that we can get resurfaced in the city too. There's another issue that I will be coming back to the council on. Our city tractor, the oil pump is quit in, and we're several $1,000s to fix that tractor motor. It has absolutely no oil pressure whatsoever. And we have been needing another tractor with what I call a sidearm bush hog forever. And are we going to want to put money back into another little old tractor, or we want to put that money towards something that's going to be beneficial to the taxpayers? Because they can reach out with that sidearm, turn it up sideways and cut back all the shrubbery and bushes, and they can go off in these angles. Now, when you got two guys sitting out here with weed eaters and trying to weed eat every street in the city, you know, by the time you even get,
They need their equipment too.
they need their equipment too. You can have one guy with a tractor cutting it with this, and you can have the other guy doing the touch-up with the weed eater. And our city would look a lot better, a whole lot faster, if we had the piece of equipment to do it with. So I will be coming back to you with prices and stuff on this tractor. I know I
We
didn't
just
want
need to see if that tractor is working.
and that's what I'm saying. So far from what I got, I believe Johnny told me, or Brian Warren, they had talked to somebody about it, I had to check into it myself, but what they told me, that you wouldn't want to put that kind of money back in that old tractor. So I don't know that for a fact. Do you know anything about it?
No, that tractor's been here since 2003, and, put 2 clutches in it, I don't know, the front end on it. It's a model 1924, New Holland, got a little diesel in it, but it's just right worn out.
And I didn't personally want to put any more money back in it, you know, and we need to put money towards something we really
I think
need.
Miss Shirley got that, the trailer, the bush hog, and the finishing mower. It's like a package deal from Pfizer back in the day, or used to be Twin City Tractors.
Yeah.
That's how long we've had it. Since I've been out here since 2003, we've had it, and I know for sure there's been 2 clutches, but I think they could have tried to handle it. I don't think it's-
Well, a lot larger tractor too, would let us do a little bit more than what we
Every time you put money to fix it, and all the money you're gonna continue to do it.
continue to do it. I just do think cheap, but I was gonna be coming back to you with kind of a cost analysis. This is what's gonna take to fix this. This is what they say it's worth. And these prices for these particular tractors and models here. Of course, we want to try to get the best deal we can get at the cheapest prices for it. So, you know, and it's just deciding, you know, new cost versus used cost. Good used tractor, with sidearm and stuff. Do you want a cab on it? Do you want not to have a cab? So it's you know, what we can afford and what we really need on this, and can it be used, say, during the winter months? So, you know, if it be used during the winter months, it might be good to have a cab on it. So, you know, just always different.
You want something rain, you ready for it?
No, not me. I like that price. That's a good price. But I will be coming back to you with that. And also, I'm in the process of trying to see, since the council has approved the money for the loans that we're getting rid of, I'm also working on I talked to Lonnie about it earlier, all the old police cars and equipment that we have just sitting around in these lots.
Get rid of it.
Something's got to be done with them. We got 2 that we don't have keys for. I need to get keys for them. We can't find the titles to them. So.
No, they should have that.
Do those have to be
They've
public
been holding
auction?
collateral all this long.
Well, we tried some of them.
What you wanna do with them, man?
Do they have to be public auction, or can we scratch them at the salvage rate?
You know, public auction is typically the way you would sell those. But I can check before we did anything. I can't do anything with my own council. But check and give you the actual, legal way for us to dispose.
No, back when Miss Shirley was here, the last time we done anything, we took some of the old cop cars when they had an auction, we took about 2 or 3.
Yeah.
remember that.
Well, what I'm trying to find out, and the reason why I'm kind of taking a little bit of time on is because this Gold Bar, for instance, it's Chevrolet that's out here, supposedly had a water engine, wasn't usable, wasn't drivable, but of course, that wasn't true. They just didn't want to drive it no more, so they said it's blowing and park it over the side. When we find out it's not, everything is fine, we put it back in service, it's been going ever since. So how many more of these around here
Are like that?
are like that? And I want to know if there's any others around here, they said it's just blown, or this or that, it might be a good vehicle.
Paint job would be a lot cheaper. than
Yeah,
buying
so-
a vehicle.
So I'm trying to look into that, get the keys to them, especially there's the old Ford Explorer,
I want you up there, what you would think about taking the Crown Vic and Explorer.
and the Crown Vic Explorer's over there, so are there anything wrong with them? Like, can't even find nobody that says what's wrong with them, so we need to go over and find out if they are, but first we gotta get the keys to them. They won't cut us a key because we don't have the time, so we gotta try to find the time. Now, the Crown Vic may be part of the loan. Maybe, I don't know. The Ford Explorer, I don't think is. So where the key went to it, we don't know, but they won't cut us a key without a title showing ownership.
Can you not
So-
apply for a lost title?
Huh?
Can you not apply for a lost title?
Yeah, we may eventually, if it's, need
It's not part
to.
of this loan?
We've got a whole bunch of titles in there in the book about this city. But they ain't in there. So, and we just located that binder and folder and found all these titles. I can't remember, it was stuck away somewhere, but we got it secured now where it should be. But we haven't found those two titles yet. So I'm attempting to try to get rid of, dispose of, and get off our asset list, get rid of them, get them out of the city, find out what's wrong with them, do something with them, keep them or get rid of them. But get them off city asset list, they're just sitting around.
Okay. Next is paychecks.
Oh, sorry.
If Mary didn't tell y'all, we got with Ken's help, we got the city trailer tagged and the bids engraved on it, so there's no more issues with the city trailer. Probably got the license plate on it, which I don't think it's ever had one on
Yeah,
it.
it's bolted down on the fender, I think.
Yes.
I first won't get lost, now you're gonna tear it off with a crowbar. So, and paychecks,
Yes, about them not having access to our account.
you know anything about that, Joanne?
Well, they draw it out automatically, and there's a contract to it. So we'd have to call them and find out whether the contract can be changed.
The contract should be up.
Ken, I had talked to Ken about that. I think Ken was working on that.
I think he's too,
There again, it's not, he's not here for me to ask.
he's not at the Department of Motor Vehicles,
Yeah.
chasing titles.
Yeah, he's out, Ken is actually doing a lot more than just the treasury work. He's helped us with the revenue officer tax for the trailer.
Fire truck.
Yeah, fire, he's actually going above and beyond on a lot of this stuff that he's doing, somewhat other than just that work. So wherever he can help out, he steps in and helps out, so.
He went up there to get the tags for the truck that we got from Federal Surplus, the yellow one, and they gave the tags for the one we already had, and screwed the title up and everything, so we had to jump through hoops and all that stuff, to finally get it fixed, and finally got the other tags for the one we had. That was like a 2-week ordeal. I told him I really appreciate it, I was going to try to do that.
Yeah, so, he's helping out everybody that needs it, so he's really going above and beyond, so. Is there anything else?
That's all I have.
Down to new business, in your packet, I've got this in the mail, Patrick Thompson versus City of Alexander, and Patrick, Thompson versus Forrest Walters. In your packets now, the same lady as the Arkansas Municipal League that handled the last one from Mr. Thompson.
Didn't we just vote to pay a settlement or something?
Not on him.
Oh,
No,
confused.
this is a former police officer with Alexander Police Department. And I think Patrick D. Thompson, I think his lawsuit is with racial discrimination, I think, mostly towards I think it's the former chief of police, Horace Walters. The same person at the municipal league is handling this one too. I think this is about his third one. And the league said, y'all already paid us, we're not charging you any more money.
Oh, yeah, free.
So free, you know, she said, y'all already paid us, it's the same guy again, doing the same thing again. So last account I got from her, she just taking this one and running with it too. And I think there's gonna be, you know, a motion to dismiss once again.
So that's what was done on the, the last time,
Yeah.
right, was the motion, okay.
And I think that's what they're doing here again with this one. I hadn't talked to her because I've been busy with spending all day Thursday down in town. I hadn't had a chance to really get back with her on this one, which I plan on to see what the status is on it. On this one here, see if there's anything else, because I hadn't seen any emails or anything from her. I'm trying to think of the attorney's name that's in this league. I should have asked John when he was here tonight. Can't remember her name. I've got something on my desk with her name on it. Anyway, that's what we got from that. And it's being handled by the league, no cost to the city as far as I know.
So there's only one, right? There's only one lawsuit filed.
Yeah.
Because the agenda was saying two. There's one against the city and one against the law.
Well, they do it that way.
Same one, though.
He was, yeah, same one. He's the chief of police in the city.
So the city's just in it because we.
Because he was the chief of police for Alexander. So that's every lawsuit that the city gets. This is, if you're suing an individual city, this is where they all come out, the city of Alexander, and then who else is involved in it, but it's always the city itself, so. Everyone I've ever seen has been this way, so I just kind of wanted to put that in. I'll keep you informed as it goes along, the status of it, what's happening with it, if it's going away or if it's going somewhere else. I think I did get something that I didn't have a chance to get in the packets. I just opened it today. I think it was something about maybe an attorney with this here, saying something about court in March, but I got to give that to the league people and let them deal with that. And I understood with this here that he was actually his own attorney. Acting as his own attorney. So the last I heard on this, he didn't have an attorney. Yeah, because
Who was it?
Patrick Thompson.
Oh.
Because the last one that he had, I think he had an attorney, but he quit paying them, so they dropped him as a client.
This is government attorney's name, isn't it?
So, but somebody told me, I thought it was her that told me that he was acting as his own attorney. But then I got that letter with this attorney's name on it. So I said, well, maybe he's not acting as his own attorney. So I don't know on that part there. So, any other questions? I told you all I know about it. So, any other questions about that? And next thing we have on the council is the organization city council. As you all know, first regular scheduled meeting of each year, you have to pass your organization city council, sets the dates for all your meetings and everything throughout the year.
I make a motion to accept the organization of city council revised on 1/25/2016.
Where did that one come from?
It was on the table tonight.
when we walked in here.
It was from 2015, and some of the council members will remember that's been here. It was actually done by a committee on the organization of city council for 2014.
Well, I looked at that a while ago, and there's one thing in it that last year, when we passed it, I called the municipal league and spoke to David Schoen. about this, right here, any city official will be permitted to use the city's equipment during normal business hours. Whether that is the copier, fax machine, or phones, they will be permitted access to the city hall as the mayor is.
And that David Schoen has stood right here in this very room and said that.
Well, David Schoen told me, I called David Schoen and asked him, I said, being as we have our police department, court clerk, and everything in City Hall, I said, can the mayor set procedure about who comes beyond the doors? I said, we have a window out front in the lobby. He said, you sure can. That the mayor can set
So move the
procedure.
copier out away from the court clerk's desk and all of that. And the fax machine. How hard is that? It wasn't
Why
hard.
do you have to use the
It
copier?
wasn't. Well, there's times when you make copies of things that you need to hand out at council.
Hand it through the window and get a copy.
Why not copy it myself?
Why? Why do
Why
you?
not?
Because, well, one thing is that people go in there sometimes and they copy stuff that's not city business.
I don't think that's ever happened with me.
And if the city employees don't see what it is, they don't know whether to charge for it, and that's a rental unit.
You can actually, I mean, I don't think they've ever asked to see what was being
Well-
copied, and I don't have a problem with them asking to see what's being copied.
Well, why do you have a
But
problem?
not having access to.
That's the thing for you, Andrea, is not having
No
access to it.
Right.
Why some have access, some of us don't?
Absolutely.
Who
You've got
has?
citizens that are walking up in there
Yeah.
with
No,
access,
we're not.
with the city clerk and the court records, just like you're talking, Dan.
Who?
Juanita Wilson walked back
Well,
there
they
today,
clear all the
tonight. When you were in
May I
talking.
correct them, Mayor, and tell them who I am with the city? I am a city volunteer. I have a legitimate reason for being there. And I've never touched their, and I have never touched their equipment. I don't get around their equipment.
You answer their phone.
I've been up here as a volunteer answering the phone. Yes, ma'am, when someone's not there and they need help, I come and volunteer and help them.
That is equipment.
I'm just telling you what the municipal league attorney
I'm
told
telling you
me.
what he stood in here and told us too.
I think the provisions on that is a little too broad to be passing it tonight. Is there not any way we can revise that? Because our police department, I mean, they've got to have strict, I mean, people can't just go back there.
I don't think anybody's just wanting to walk in the
We've
police
got
department.
cells where people are held back there. And that's the same type of area where they're bringing through right there where the copier
You
is.
have sales in City Hall?
Our police department, the chief, everything is right there next door. Jamie steps good for that. Yes, they bring people in and out of there.
Well, the
Where's
door where the copper is, they don't use that, they use the door to the right when you walk in.
Yeah, police stuff in it.
That's where all the police stuff is.
Right, in another closed door that doesn't even have access to where the copier is even at right now.
I don't understand why you're so adamant to get to that copy machine. That's
It's
what I don't
not just the
understand.
copy machine, Dan, it is a phone, it
And
is
you
anything.
have
And that's not the only change.
access to city hall
It
soon
is
as the
not
mayor
the only
does.
change.
No.
Why are you only focused on that change?
Because that's your big deal.
That's the one he did last year.
That's your big
That's
deal.
exactly what he did last year, you're right. There needs to be a second.
Now, this is on that revised one, I guess.
Yes, we just
But
have
Andrew,
to
you
copy
already on the
this on
table
the
this
table
week.
tonight. We're supposed to
2016.
read the whole thing tonight and vote on it. When in the past, we've tabled it so that we have time to review it.
Yeah, I was thinking
This
about it.
wasn't even in my packet.
Let's table it.
That's fine.
Let's table it till next week.
You can be a motion to table.
There's a motion already.
Well, you can table during the.
Okay. I make a motion to table the organization of city council until the March meeting. February.
I second that.
second by Louis Holmes. All in favor? Opposed? Motion carried. Table. We're down to public comment. Is there any public comment? Yes, ma'am. Come on up, state your name.
Okay, I didn't know I was gonna be there.
Oh, yeah, you're important.
I was doing all right.
You're important.
And I'm Mary Butler. My address is 12,001 AC Wallace, right where the park is.
Yes, ma'am.
And I'm concerned that all the work is being done in the park. Of course, I understand the asphalt and all this is being placed down there in a maximum flooded area. And I don't even have pavement on my street.
Let's see. This AC Wallace goes down this?
It goes down to the, on
Where those railroad crossings used to be? Yeah, the
Go down
next,
beside City Hall and turn on AC
the
Wallace?
next, next road
no,
down.
you go down Earl D. Miller
Yes, ma'am.
and,
So that's road on your right.
Say it's on the other side of the track.
No, it's
No,
on
it's
this
on
side.
this side. Matter of fact, the park probably would not exist there if I had not did improvement by placing my house there. All of that area was totally woods. And I feel that my improvement is where the improvement has started.
Is your road gravel now?
It's gravel and I've been 15 years requesting to be paved. And
Is it an actual city street with a city street address? Okay, it is.
Yeah.
Well, that's some of the things that I'm attempting to do that I was discussing with the council tonight. I don't feel like that anywhere in the city that, I think that we got gravel that's never been asphalted on it, that we need to put asphalt on those first.
Okay.
And this part here in the park, is gravel. So it's being asphalted, because another one is out of the way. And I don't know of any more in the city that, do you know of any more in the city that?
No, but that area over there for sure. And like
Somebody
I
told me about some that was on the other side of the tracks over there, up against the woods back over in that area somewhere over
Used to
there.
be Alexander Mountain Road, but that guy took that property, so it's no longer there.
Okay. But somebody was telling me about that over there, and I was going, well, I'll go over and take a look at it.
The only two, hers is gravel, and the top of David Ranch is the only two that are not paved, and the one that Linden that goes out there by the backside airport.
Well, I'm actually, believe it or not, trying to do just exactly that, and all the streets that, if we do have them in the city that are gravel or originally were asphalt and now look like gravel. Those are the worst of the worst, and those are the ones that I'm trying to get at first. Besides the heavy bus load traffic. Traffic going to really, really bad, have a lot of bus traffic, trash trucks, and things like that. The other areas are like your area there, so I'm hoping with the city council, I'm hoping to get another $250,000 grant like we just recently got. And I'm hoping by the end of at least my first term, without hearing more on it, I want to have every street in the city of Alexandria.
I'm funding that street.
That is my goal.
I'm hoping that I'm doing the next street. Because, like I'm saying, without my improvement back there, I really believe that the park and any of that would not exist. And on top of that, I had to fund my own water lines to go back that way. We had to fund our own sewer. And then here comes the water, then Alexander, when I over and over asked them, and then after I funded and got it back there, then it ties into where I ended to the park.
Actually, you don't put it in, but it's
Yes,
hard.
yes.
Yeah, I
And so
remember.
now I'm asking for some payment at least, you know, of appreciation, you know, but seriously speaking, it doesn't look good because I don't know if anybody here actually know, and I'm sure it's one that should know, that is a river back there. And it's probably more of a river because on the other side of that, the creek, if they started building that up, so that water's not gonna spread out there. That water's gonna come back over here on us. And that's whatever you're improving out there in the park, if it stays below. Because it swarms like a river. It will wake you up at night because you hear it. So that's a major flood area, and I really regret moving back there, but I built my area up from the start, and I guess that's just barely saved it, but it.
Are you how many people live back there with you?
Basically, it's just right at the park is the stuff.
Just
One home.
One home. How long's the street? I mean, it's been a while. since
It's like a 2-block long
Yeah.
street, so you're looking at 600 feet.
Okay, I'll go back and take a look at it.
Yeah. Okay, well, I really appreciate
We'll see
it.
what we can do.
And thank you all.
All right, thank you. You have a great day. Anybody else, any more public comments? I need a motion to adjourn now.
Second.
All in favor?
Right.
Opposed?